Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Olivia. I'm kind of new here to YouTube. I started making videos like 2 to 3 years ago. Don't go back and look at them. Oh, they're cringy. But yeah, long story short, I now have a new camera and I really miss being behind the camera. I love YouTube in general. I love doing makeup. I love watching people do makeup. I really love hauls, I love fashion. I just started getting into like fitness. So I love YouTube in general, and I'm just so happy to finally be filming again. But yeah, if you're still here, welcome to the video. Today is really casual. I'm just sitting down and kind of going over what I do on a typical get ready with me for work, or just if you have nothing else to do during the day, just kind of like getting ready. I just have my breakfast, coffee. This is a pretty chatty video because I think I want to like get to know you guys and I want you guys to get to know me. So grab a cup of coffee, grab some fruit, some breakfast, and let's get ready. Alrighty, so while I'm gonna be filming, I'm also going to be eating my breakfast because every morning when I do my makeup, I always eat my breakfast. I do not know how people wake up and like get ready and don't at least have coffee. I think that's wild. So I am a firm believer in giving yourself time in the morning, because people say, oh, you need what, 2 hours to put your makeup on? No, absolutely not. I do not need 2 hours to put my makeup on, but I do need 2 hours to make my coffee, make my breakfast, eat my breakfast, do my makeup, watch a few YouTube videos, take some notes. I am really loving watching workout videos while I'm getting ready and like screenshotting or taking pictures of each workout so that I can incorporate it that same day, because I love going to the gym like right after work. I feel like it's just like the easiest in my schedule. So yeah, I'm just like super into giving yourself time in the mornings. All right, so prior to sitting down just now, I already put on some lotion and eye cream. Right now I'm using just some Lancome. You know how like when you buy foundations, you get a bunch of free gifts? I have the Lancome Renegeri Lift, some eye cream. Oh god, wait. Focusing is fun. Oh yeah, wait, where are we at? This is a new camera, so bear with me. I'm just trying to learn how she's working. And the same thing for the lotion. So it's like, obviously we love a good glow. So I'm using this Sephora collection Beauty Amplifier Glow. And it's such a big bottle, and it's like $12, which is great because primers are pretty pricey, but we love them. So I really like the Too Faced Primed and Peach, the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I have a bunch of minis, so that's why I love like minis of everything. Like I love mini lotions, mini like mascaras. So I just like, I don't know, if you looked at my makeup collection, it looks like I'm a little hoarder of like mini products, but I love them because it's so easy to bring with you, so easy to travel with. Oh, I just love it. Like, I don't know. If you agree with me, then let me know, because or maybe I'm just the only weird one. Okay, so see how I kind of just put that in T-zone? Awesome. All right, and for foundation, my favorite, all-time favorite foundation, which apparently they're stopping, which I'm like, whoa, but what? The lady at Nordstrom was like, yeah, better stock up because we're gonna stop making this. And I was like, y'all just started making this. But it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude, but it's the Water Fresh. So I have, and I also use the regular Double Wear, but this one is so much thicker, and like, I'm prone to acne in certain areas, and for some reason, the original one, the normal double wear, it just kind of like can make me break out in those certain areas. And this water fresh one is really nice if you have dry skin, because it's very like light, it's a very like, very fluid. And what's really nice and what's so interesting is I use the color 3N1 in both of these foundations, but they are slightly different in color, which is so interesting. So this one that I'm using, the Water Fresh, is more of a cool tone. So I prefer it because, I don't know, the other one is a little bit more orangey. Okay, so once I spread this all around, sometimes I actually do, what I like to do is take my beauty blender, she's already damp, don't worry, and then I go over, obviously, on areas where I feel like, you know how sometimes foundation just doesn't super stick to like everywhere on your face? Well, for me, it's usually like right here, and then sometimes I do like a little bit more coverage like right here. So I do like going in with the original double wear, and instead of spreading it all over my face, I just put a little on the beauty blender, and then I go over those areas. So next thing I do, I kind of like switch these two steps. Sometimes I'll go straight into concealer, or I'll do liquid highlight, but right now I want to do liquid highlight first. Where's she at? Oh, there she is. Oh. Thanks for bearing with me. So I'm just using the Cover FX. Again, a little mini. I have so many of the mini ones. But this is the Moonlight, so I really like it. It's like their lightest one. I start at the lip to rub it in. I know this looks so weird, but I start here, and then I go to the tip of my nose. It's like one of the little droppers, applicators. So I just like touch this. I don't actually drop it on my skin. Some here. But anyway, to my breakfast. So I'm having strawberries and pineapple cut up, and then a cup of coffee. And the reason I'm doing this is because I am going to start trying food combining. I've tried it for the past few days, and I haven't been super great with it. For example, I don't know, I think I had like a starch with a protein the other day. But, so I'm someone that I am always like, oh wow, I'm allergic to gluten. I am allergic to eggs. I have to be dairy free. Because I swear after everything I eat, I feel like I'm like bloated and like almost like I'm allergic to it, because it's like, why would something so simple and normal that I should be eating like be affecting me this way? But then if I eat eggs in like a different meal, I don't feel affected. So I've always like, and it's just been so weird because I still will feel like I'll get like a tummy ache after certain meals, and I'm like, what is going on? So then, I'm sure you've seen it because a lot of YouTubers have actually been trying it, and that's kind of how I discovered it, which doesn't mean that it's not something you should consider. I mean, some people, they're like, oh yeah, it's just a fad, but no, this is like real life, real lifestyle. So food combining. And what that is, I don't know like everything about it. Honestly, I like took a screenshot of some girl posted like the actual rules, but it's pretty much not combining certain foods. And the reason why is because sure, you can eat them separately, but if you combine it, it kind of just, it messes with your digestive system, because your digestion, if you're putting something that is super digestible, but then you're accompanying it with something that's very difficult to digest and takes a long time, then it's, your stomach is kind of just gonna be like, I don't know, rumbling, and it's gonna try to push the thing that should be digesting first is gonna be blocked. And so it's so interesting. And when I first heard about it, I was kind of just like mind blown. I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. I'm not the greatest at explaining things, that's why it probably doesn't make sense with what I just said. But pretty much you're supposed to start your morning with a bowl of fruit, and the reason why is because you don't want to mix fruit with anything unless it's a smoothie, because fruit takes like 30 minutes to digest. So that's quick. You want to just eat it and don't eat anything else for 30 minutes because you want to eat the fruit and let it digest and then start your day. Definitely look it up. It's so interesting. I'll keep y'all updated with how it's affecting me. Okay, so now I'm going to eyebrows. I'm using the Brow Power. Oh my gosh. And I use the color Universal Taupe. I absolutely love this. It's like the dual end type of action here, so. This is just so easy to work with that like if you do need to really create a brow, great product. Or if you just want to messily like throw it through like me, also works wonders. Okay, so see, I kind of just like, I like it when they almost look more flat on the bottom and then just kind of like a little arc. I don't like super pointy defined brows. And then sometimes I'll throw in, this is the Brow Gal Instant Light Hair Tinted Brow Gel. Just like, oh my god. No, okay, there we go. Okay. Awesome, so now on to concealer. I really need to get new concealer, so don't judge me, but I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And this is like $7 from Ulta, and wow, honestly, even the packaging, it's pretty comparable to NARS. Again, I'm like super out of it, so we're gonna have to just like make this work. But it's really comparable to the NARS Radiant Creamy. You know, the one we all use in custard. Got it on a whim. It was like close to the checkout, which that's how they get you. They put all these fun, like appealing goodies near the checkout and you're just like, oh, sure. Backing it up. I went to the University of Utah for 2 years and then I transferred to Seattle University. And Seattle U is awesome because the location is so convenient, like especially for someone that doesn't have a car. I don't have a car. I've never really had a car / needed a car, and you can just, everything is so close, just so nice. So now I'm going to take some powder for my under eyes. This is just a little like setting powder. It's from the brand Stellar, and it's just in like the shade is called Haze. Wow, am I gonna? There we go. That's all you do my eyes first. Okay, so I'm just using the, like there's really not much on the brush, but I'm just like going over these areas. Since it is not like super dry season and my skin is fine, and I'm gonna be wearing this makeup for quite a while, like all day. I'm gonna be running errands, possibly going to the gym later. I don't take off my makeup for the gym. I feel like I don't feel like it makes me break out, and like it's more of a hassle to do that because I usually go from work to the gym. So yeah, and I don't think there's any shame. Even if you're like putting on makeup for the gym, great, you do you. That's awesome, you're at the gym. Like who cares what you're wearing? I just think sometimes people are just a little bit too judgy about things that completely don't affect them. So yeah, so I just use this, and I like using the 001 transparent. So now I'm gonna go on to bronzer. So I'm using the Cocoa Contour, and for my contour, I like using this smaller brush. So this is a Luxie small, oh, it's called a small contouring brush. Cool, I didn't know that. It's just like one of these, and I like that it's like round, and it's dense, but not too dense. I really like this Cocoa Contour palette. I do not like the highlighting shade. It's so dumb in my opinion. It's literally just like, it reminds me of like taking the Rimmel powder and putting like sparkles in it. Like you can't, like it's just like, what? That's not a highlighter. That's like a powder. I don't know. So that's kind of annoying, but there is like a light shade. So I liked bringing it on the go because there is like a setting powder that's kind of just like a transparent, a little bit more yellow. There is the cooler tone, which I'm using to contour. And then there's the more like orangey, it's called Dark Cocoa, which is fun if you want to add like a little bit of warmth. So I do really like this. I stopped using it for a while and it was kind of in my pile. I have like a big bin of all my makeup that like, if I'm not currently using it. And I was just like going through it and I was like, this is not old. Like it looks old because I used a lot of it, but it's really not. So I was like, oh, I'll start using that again. So I like this. Remember I said that this area doesn't super, like foundation doesn't really latch onto it. Yeah, so I like to make sure I put a good amount of bronzer there. I don't know why. It's weird. And obviously along the jaw. And forehead. And then for my nose, I use a angled brush. All my white brushes are the Wet n Wild ones, and wow, what a deal. I have been using the Wet n Wild brushes for years because you get them from Walgreens and they're literally like $2 to $3 a brush. And like, wow, I have like, since they are so affordable, usually I'll just like buy new ones instead of like keeping them and washing them. So I have like multiple more bowls. I have so many. I just have like a bunch and they're really nice. Like I also have like really nice brushes. Like I really like the Luxie brushes, but these are just like so nice, so affordable, and like, yeah. So anyway, wait, go back to what I was doing. The angled brush I like for my nose. And one thing that people and then I like to take the NARS, obviously another mini, wow, we can't get away from them. And I like to take the Laguna bronzer. It's accompanied with the Orgasm blush, but we'll use that later. And I take the small contouring brush that I already used, and remember that, yeah, I just feel like this adds a really pretty color though. I just recently got this again. The Laguna bronzer was my first ever bronzer. When I first got into makeup was my freshman year of high school, and my mom took me to Sephora and got some NARS foundation. I started with powder foundation, and it was like the NARS powder, some powder, I don't know what it was called, and then bronzer, and wow, we went heavy on the bronzer in high school. I went through like a whole big Laguna bronzer in like 2 months. Like, it was wild. It was a lot. And did my body match? Probably not. Okay. We've learned since then. We've learned. All right. So good. So on to eyes. So sometimes I literally just like set my eyes, throw some bronzer through it, call it a day. But lately I'm like, you know what? Let's treat ourselves. Let's like make ourselves look a little bit more presentable, a little bit more extra. So I just go in with the Rimmel powder that I set my face with, and I put it on a little flat brush, and I take, let's see, I love the Luxie, I think it's Luxie, it wouldn't be Luxie, that's not a word, the Luxie eyeshadow brushes. Okay, these are my favorite sizes. I don't know if they, ooh, they do So there's like a tapered blending. Oh, 2 of them are tapered blending, but different sizes. One's 229, one is 285. And then the other is just called blending, the small one, which is very important. And it's 237. I love these brushes. They're so good. I've been using them for years. Like, I have a bunch, but I'm not gonna go searching for them all because we know how long that takes. Anyway, so I take the biggest one, the 235, and I go in, and first I do whatever bronzer that I was using during that day for like the makeup. So I'm gonna do the Cocoa Contour. I'm gonna take the cool shade and throw it in my crease. A lot of these are from Makeup Geek, but the bottoms are just so like, I can't even tell anymore, but pretty much, oh God, don't judge me. I know it's dirty. So this is these two are my absolute favorite. I don't know why. I have so many different eyeshadow palettes because I'm like, Olivia, let's try something new, be fun. You don't want that Z palette, like it's gross. You don't even want to show it to people, but I don't know. The color is just so good. So I take the middle size, the 229 one, and I go in with, and I dab both of them. So I like that one is like a very matte kind of taupey color, and the other one is brown, but it has a slight shimmer, but slight. And I love it because it's literally like cool, warm. It's like 50-50. I don't know, I think that's why I haven't been able to replace it. And I start in my inner corner, and I'm literally just doing like a circle. And then I blend it through. Just keep them even. It's just like so pigmented, so easy to work with. I just love. And I'm trying not to, like, I'm not going over the whole lid. See how it's like still lighter there? I don't know, I feel like some people super pull off if they just have like a brown neutral lid, but like, it's not the look for me, especially in like a daytime, maybe nighttime. I don't know, this is just like my go-to. All right, and then I take the smallest one and I go in, pretty much do the exact same thing. Dab it, but then it's really important to hit your brush after. So I like using whatever powder I'm using. And literally go in over it. It's nice because it's just like blends over the eyeshadows. It doesn't overpower them, and it just takes it down a notch, especially if we're like going for a daytime look. Okay. And then once I do that, usually take the little one again and just blend from the outside in. Alright, and this would sometimes like be good, and this is usually what I do, but lately I've wanted to put like a little shimmer on the inside. So for the shimmer, I usually will do like my highlight, or if I have a really pretty shimmer eyeshadow that I want to use. But right now I really like these highlight colors from a palette by Sephora collection. So I like putting this one like in the, not corner, but just like on the lid. You could do both, but I just like using the lighter shade. And I like it because it's kind of like a champagne-y color. Okay, cool. And then usually I'll just go in, just to clean everything up. Again, just take a brush and boom. And then I'll either do this during my highlight step, or if I'm here, since I already have a highlighter accessible, and I'll just take the brush again and put it on my brow bone. I think even if you don't have eyeshadow, putting some highlight under your brow bone does make a really big difference. Okay, so now I'm gonna do mascara, but first, curl my eyelashes. And I curl my eyelashes a lot. I just really like it to go in. I tried eyelash extensions about a year. It was like a year and a month ago, because you know how Snapchat has memories and it's like 1 year ago today. And those were so about like a month ago is when I was getting the 1 year memories. And I had them for probably like 5 months. And I just honestly asked any of my like friends / old roommates, and you will all tell you like that was a bad time for Olivia. I absolutely hated them. And the reason why was because they literally made me dislike showering. Like, what? I love showering. Like, I'm the person that I mean, I've been better, but washing my hair every day, which like I 1000% shouldn't be, but just because I'm like, oh, I just love feeling clean. But having those, oh my God, not only was it so expensive, because in Seattle, it's like, I wasn't even getting like volume sets. I was getting like regular, and it was like $90 and then plus a tip every single time. And I would get them every 2 weeks because my natural eyelashes are pretty like thick and like they're long, but obviously they're not like long eyelash extension long. But imagine going from like, okay, having like thick regular eyelashes to these like long, not as thick, you know, like they'll be thick and then they'll fall out. And mine were falling out a lot. And so it was just like, oh wow, well I need to get them every 2 weeks. Like some people, they can last a whole month, but it's like, I was used to seeing my face with like a full set of eyelashes on, whether or not they were like long or just regular. But oh my God, it was awful. And so the reason why I hated showering was because I bought like the brush. It was literally similar to this brush. And you get like this foam soap and you're supposed to like go like this and like wash them, but then some people said you're not supposed to wash them. And oh my God, and so I'd get soap in my eyes every single day, and it just it was so stressful. It was so stressful. Also, side note, and this is like a whole other topic, but last year my anxiety was the worst it is ever been. Like, oh my God. So it was just not a good time. Like, this is gonna sound crazy, and I'm making it sound very light. Oh, also, I was just using the Mega Plush Volume Express. I like using this because I've had this one for about like 2 months, so it's a little bit drier, and I like that the brush is wispier, so I think it's really important for your first eyelash application and not to be a super wet mascara, because you really just want to coat them and spread them out first, and then you can start adding the more wet mascaras. Anyway, so another reason why eyelash extensions were so awful for me is because my anxiety was so bad where like you're laying on the like chair thing, like bed, and like yeah, you're chatting with your lady and your eyes are closed, and don't open your eyes because like they're doing something. I don't know what the tools looked like, but I was laying there and the whole time I'd just be like clenching my fists because my anxiety is very weird, and like I'm sure a lot of people have it as well, but I'm like, what if I open my eyes? What if I open my eyes? Like, I'm thinking that in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, just like so scared that I'm gonna open my eyes, something that like we control. But yeah, it was rough time, but we are happy to have our regular eyelashes. Like, so it was quite the transition though, because you know, once you have them for quite a few months, you get them off and you're like, oh my God, like I am a boy. Actually, you're not even a boy, because most boys I know have beautiful eyelashes, but you're just like, oh, okay, sweet, like that's really good. I don't have any eyelashes. So really cool, because I became really good at like putting falsies on, and I would totally like F up these falsies. So I'd get the like the faux mink wispy ones by Ardell, and I would like tear off the black band and like cut them and just make them look so that they would replicate my eyelash extensions. And literally a lot of my friends still thought I had eyelash extensions, which was wild because I'm like, what? I haven't, like I would tell you, I'm like not someone that, like you should be honest about shit like that, shiz like that. But yeah, so that was cool because I got good at that. But then you need to give your eyelashes like 2 weeks to a month to really grow back, because most of the time it's not that they're not there, they're just really, really short. And that's what was cool, is I learned like about eyelash life cycles, and now I'll even notice it to this day. I'm like, oh, that's weird, like a week ago this eye was really long and now they're not. And it's not like I'm like losing them, it's just because it's the natural cycle of your eyelashes. They'll fall out and there's like stages, and I don't know, it's really cool, you know, life is cool. Oh yeah, so this is my absolute favorite mascara. This is the Urban Decay Perversion. I know it's small, but like it's so much easier to apply because it's small. I can just get up in there. I really like this for a second mascara. I usually use about 3 mascaras because I think in order to really like get the most out of your eyelashes, you have to coat them for like volume and length, and then just, I don't know. I just think it's, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like I'm not even, I have like these weird hiccups. I think it's because, I don't know. I drank a lot of water this morning. I don't know. Cold coffee, great. It's because I made this earlier and then I just like forgot about it, but whatever. See, like, oh, I love it. Okay, so once I have that, I usually let them dry, and then I'm gonna go in with a more like wet mascara, and it's just the Lashcraft Big Volume, the Sephora collection. I like this one because it's more wet, and like it, the packaging says, it's for volume. So it's like, I don't know if you can see, like you can see all that product. It's just like really, really wet. So that's, so you gotta let them dry, and then you can apply a more wet one next. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is really wild and maybe controversial, but the model Candace, the VS model, she did this in her makeup tutorial. So I'm like, if Candace can do this, I think I should do this. So what I do is I accentuate my freckles, and then I like add maybe like 3 or 4. So we've got, oh, my hands look so cute right now. Also, yeah, they're grown out, we get it, okay. So I have like a freckle here, I have 2 here, I have some here, some on my nose, and then I just like to like add a few. So I use the taupe because I feel like a taupe color is best for freckles, but okay, so. So once I do that, obviously like, I don't want to look like, oh wow, you have fake freckles. So I take my beauty blender, and then usually I'll go back with my little angled nose brush and do that again. And then I go in for the fave part. I love the fan brushes. I know a lot of people use these brushes. Another great brush by Luxie. Oh, it's literally called Tapered Highlighter. I just like, I don't know, I don't love it. I feel like it applies too much product at once, and I love a bunch of highlighter, but like, I want more control over it. So I'm using the Becca Opal, which I have been a highlighter fiend for years, and this is hands down the best. This one's great because it's pinky, and pink looks really good on fair skin, but it also works great for like tan and up. And then obviously they have so many for even tanner and darker complexions. Going along, it's here, 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 here. And I just like add coats because I like having control. We already put it here, but sometimes I would add even more. But I like doing above the eyebrow by just like lightly. Okay, so now that I've finished with my highlighter, I'm gonna go in with that Sephora Collection mascara that I was talking about. And I never do bottom mascara, even when I go out. I just like, you know those weird things that you're like, oh my god, I look like a completely different person, when like in reality you don't. But like to me, when I put it on, I'm just like, ugh. Like I hate it. Yep. Okay, anyway. So at this point I would put on blush if I want to. Sometimes I don't really vibe with blush, but like especially since I have the freckles and the freckles make it look like we've been in the sun, I think blush is nice too. So I like to just use the Orgasm one that comes with this Laguna bronzer, and usually I'll like blend them, so dab both. And I have like this, it's also an angled brush, but I just love this for my blush. I've used it for years. This is probably one of my oldest brushes, but this is my favorite for blush. It's so funny though. Oh, every time I do my makeup, like I wear it like this and I'll like have my freckles and blush. Since I'm a server, obviously I like chat with so many people every day. And oh my gosh, it was like last week. Oh no, it was before it was sunny in Seattle. And like, I'm always tan. Like I'm always tan. But this person had never been to where I work, and he was like, did you just go somewhere like warm? Like you look all, like you look so tan. And I was like, nope, just like some people, I always say that, like I tell people like, no, I use like soft tanner. Because some people are like, oh, do you use beds? And no, I don't use beds. I literally just use Loving Tan. But this man clearly I don't think he would have even known what that was. So I was just like, nope, just been lucky, just been getting the sun as much as I can. But it's just like, it's hilarious because the amount of people that ask me about my tan, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I guess maybe it's nice, but I'm like, I'm always tan. Do other people get that? Do other people that self-tan like always get asked about their tan? Because I do. Like it's always a compliment. They're always like, oh, because you look so good. And I'm like, thank you. But yeah, most of the time I just have to like put people down and say, yeah, nope, self-tanner. I applied this with a glove. But yeah, we love it. Always gonna be tan. So it's just funny. But now it's finally been sunny where people haven't been like, oh, did you go on a trip? Because I've not gone on a trip. Oh, alright, anyway. Tangent done. So now that that's all done, I usually take out my hair. Oh, it's kind of like a little greasy, old man. And let that settle. And then I always use the same lipstick for like every day. And it's, I know, people are always shocked when I tell them this, but it's e.l.f. And it's the natural, I don't know what they're called, they're just like sticks. And it's in the shade Natural. And so it looks like this. And it's so nice because you can like line your lips as well. And it's really creamy. I like it because it's almost like purpley. I take this Sephora Collection lip gloss. I kind of switch up the lip glosses, but I like, you know, just like a sheer pink. And this is just the Gel Gloss Ultra Brilliant Ultra Shine Lip Gel. And we're not gonna, I guess the color is not labeled, but it's just like a regular like little pink. Alrighty, so that is it. Thank you so much if you did take the time and did watch all of this. I know this video is probably going to be a little bit long, but honestly, just like getting back into YouTube, I think it's really important to just like be able to sit down and chit chat, because how else are we supposed to get to know each other? So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of these get ready with me, or want to chat more, or have questions about anything that I did bring up, because I do have a tendency to ramble. I'll start something and then get distracted and start something else. But yeah, anyway, if you are interested or have questions, comments, concerns, please let me know in the comments below. And again, if you do like what I'm putting out in the world, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to support other channels as well, so let me know if you're like in the same boat, coming back to YouTube, or like just starting YouTube. Just let me know. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope the weather wherever you are is a little bit nicer than it is here in Seattle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.